Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped. Now, quite a few months ago I had my S4 resprayed in this very barn, and in the intro to that video I washed the car and I got so many comments about my use of a sponge. Heaven forbid. So I thought it's about time I learned how to wash a car properly. So this is my mate Ryan from RPM Services, and he is going to give Ruby a full valet today and teach me what to do.
How to wash a car.
How to wash a car. I've got my sponge ready. No sponges?
No sponges needed.
So we're going to give this baby the full works. Snow foam, everything. We're throwing everything at it today.
Absolutely.
So if you want to know how to wash a car and be taught by a professional, this video's for you. So first thing to know, mate, you're not using my bucket, and you've got 3 buckets.
3 buckets for the 3 bucket method. So
And you've got
the grit
one of these
the grit guards in the bottom.
Yeah.
Keeps the grit away from the car.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the bucket.
Yeah.
So the first bucket we've got is the wash bucket.
Yeah.
Also with a grit guard at the bottom.
Yeah.
We've got a rinse bucket.
Yeah.
And then we've got a wheel bucket with a special wheel cleaner to get into the backs of the wheels.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to buy more buckets.
Definitely.
So the first thing we're actually going to clean is under the bonnet, because although it's filthy under there, it's very dusty, I'm never brave enough to open the bonnet and kind of get any water under there and jet wash it. So I'm going to pop the bonnet and we'll let Ryan explain how you clean your engine bay, because it's really filthy under there. So that looks high tech, mate. That's cling film.
It is. It's very, very high tech. So it's just being a little bit careful in terms of where the water's going to go. I mean, certainly on a German car like this, it's not too bad. You have to be extra careful with petrol. Diesels aren't quite so bad, although you still have to be a little bit cautious. So we're just checking around the engine, looking for anything really obvious in terms of electrical components or where water can get in to the engine. And then just protecting those.
Okay, so what products are you using, or how are you going to do it?
Okay, so we've got some Autobrite citrus wash, which is an all-purpose cleaner. That's ready mixed into the pump sprayer, and then we've got an engine brush, ready just to help agitate the dust and the dirt from under the engine. So yeah, everything's prepared under there, ready to go. So we're just going to pre-spray all under the engine. Let that dwell. Give it a rinse off, and then we're probably just going to do some agitation again with a bit more spray just to help get rid of all the dust that's under here.
So while Ryan is working hard behind me on the engine bay, you may well have noticed by now that we've mentioned Autobrite a couple of times. So we're using Autobrite products today, and you need to stay tuned to the end of the video, because we're running a competition today where you can get your hands on some of the products that we've used today. There will be details later on in the competition, but dead easy to enter and a brilliant prize as well.
So the engine's now been prepared and degreased. So now we just need to rinse it down. With the pressure washer, I've got the ability to turn the pressure right down. We don't want to get too much forced water under the engine. If you haven't got the chance to turn your pressure washer down, you can use your garden hose with a rose type attachment on the end, just to be a little bit more cautious with that. So we're just going to go ahead and give this a rinse down now.
Look at that. That's the cleanest this engine bay has been since I bought the car. Now I need an attachment like that on my jet wash. Genius. What's that you going on there?
So this is citrus wash. It's an all-purpose cleaner. Just help to degrease the tyres. So when we come to dress the tyres later on, we know we're putting the dressing onto a nice clean tyre. Make sure it bonds well and it gives a good durability to the dressing.
Yeah.
Then we can move on to the wheels themselves. So again, no sponges here. Just a nice brush. Some non-acidic wheel cleaning gel, spritz that onto the wheel, let that dwell slightly, a little bit into the middle of the brush, and we can start to work that on. Brush just means you can get into all the crevices and shapes of the wheel. Just start in a methodical, logical way working around the wheel. Okay, so now the fronts are clean, we can go into the wheel barrels with the easy detailing brush. Be very careful going in, especially on a car like this that's got big brakes. Just gentle just to work the brush through, clean the barrel of the wheels.
See, now that's a bit of the car that never gets cleaned when I wash it, because the sponge doesn't reach in there.
Absolutely, never would. So yeah, that's all clean. We're going to give them a rinse and then we're going to decontaminate the wheel as well. Okay, so we've got the wheel's been cleaned, jetted off now, so we're going to use a fallout remover, decontaminating spray, just to kind of make sure all the contaminants is clean off the wheel. Spritz all that on. This is one of the ones, if you've seen them, they turn purple or red colour as they react with the contamination. You can see that happening on the brake discs there already. I'm just going to spray that on and leave that just to dwell for a minute. It's one thing to note with the weather at the moment in the UK, using anything like this you have to be very, very careful. You're not using it in direct sunlight. Don't allow anything like this to dry on your car or your wheels, otherwise you will have a problem.
So wheels are now done. Next stop is a pre-wash before the wash. So basically that's just like a citrus pre-wash that's going to go on. Then we're going to rinse it and then we get to play with the snow foam gun. That's the bit I'm really looking forward to. So, mate, I have been washing a car with a sponge for about 30 years. Before anybody says anything, the intro of this video, I don't use washing up liquid, but I'm sure plenty of people do, but there's loads of salt in it, right?
Yeah.
So you don't use washing up liquid.
Yeah,
no.
don't use that.
I normally use kind of wash wax, turtle wax or something along those lines. So, we don't want to use that, and we don't want to use a single bucket.
Definitely not. No.
Because you can drop it.
You can drop it.
And then when you put the bucket or the sponge back in the bucket, all the contaminants go into the bucket and scratch the car. And I can see you're having an OCD fit right now. Okay.
It's not good. It's not good. Even now, look.
You can see bits on there.
See the bits on the sponge.
Yeah.
So that's going to go on the car.
Yeah.
That's going to scratch the paintwork and just make a mess of things.
And this is why when I did a video of me washing the car and I used a sponge, I had a lot of people have a complete hissy fit that I was using a sponge. So
yeah, we don't want that.
No, we don't want that. So yeah. 2 buckets.
2 buckets. Yeah. Obviously earlier on we had the 3rd bucket, which was the wheel bucket.
Yeah.
But for this we've got 2 buckets.
Yeah.
So we've got our wash bucket and our rinse bucket.
And what's that lovely thing on your hand?
This is a wash mitt.
Right.
So it's a microfiber wash mitt.
Yeah.
You can use wash pads. You can use lamb's wool, but this is a microfiber one.
Yeah.
Nice and double-sided, so we can go both sides of that. Both of the buckets have got the grit guards inside.
Yeah.
Sits at the bottom of the bucket.
Yeah.
So any grit when we rinse sits below that, and you don't pick that back up on the mitt.
Yeah.
This one's got our shampoo in. This one's just got water in.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we start to wash the car, in with our mitt, let that soak up some suds.
Yeah.
Don't need too much. And the trick with the shampoo is you don't need too much. You want some suds, but not too much.
Yeah.
A lot of people think more suds is better. That's not always the case.
Yeah.
So we want to fill up our mitt from there, and then we can go onto the car.
Yeah.
And we can start moving. And we want to go in straight lines.
Yeah.
We don't want to go around and around in circles, because that is another way to
get swirls and
get swirls in. So we're going up and down, releasing from the mitt.
And that car, after the snow foam, is probably as clean as it normally gets from me anyway.
Absolutely.
So normally I would just jet wash the car first to get all the really rough stuff off, and then wash it with a sponge.
That's it. Not good. The joy with these mitts is you can just turn it over.
Oh cool, okay.
So you can get a little bit more out of it. So
and
you
then,
can do a panel.
And then once you've done that,
half a panel.
And then it goes in the rinse bucket.
Into the rinse bucket.
Get all the rubbish off, and then back in the wash bucket.
Rinse it off.
And this is this mythical 2 bucket method.
That's it. You got it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we go in again.
Yeah.
More fresh suds. Nice clean water.
Yeah. And off we go.
Back onto the car.
Yeah.
And then repeat that around the car really. So you can do a couple of panels as you go around. And then the other thing just to be cautious of is the lower parts of the car.
Yeah.
So really, obviously with this being a convertible, we've already cleaned the roof separately, but with a hard top, you'd start at the top of the car, work your way down, and then potentially you could use a separate mitt for your lower sections around your arches, so you don't pick up grit and such like from around.
Because I'd use the same sponge and bucket from the wheels as well.
No, you don't want to be doing that.
So I think I get it. So this is the whole premise of this video was, loads of you said you've got to use the 2 bucket method. I'm like, what's the 2 bucket method? So hopefully, if you've never come across that before, ditch your single bucket, ditch your sponge, get yourself 2 buckets, grit guard in both, get some kind of microfiber or lamb's wool mitt, and wash your car in a different way, people.
Okay guys, now the car is nice and clean. We've finished the washing and it's been rinsed. So now we start the 3-stage decontamination of the car, of the paint. So we've got tar remover, fallout remover, and then later on we'll show you the claying process as well. So we're just going to start going through that as well. So with the tar remover, mainly on the lower parts of the car, spritz this on, let it dwell. Again, if you're working in sunlight, be very careful, just do a section at a time and rinse it. You don't want this to dry on the paint.
I'd just like to add, by the way, even before you do that, that's the cleanest that car's probably ever been. So we're now, guys, going beyond the stage of me just learning how to wash my car properly. We're now really going through, you know, a kind of full detailing process. You probably wouldn't do this, you know, every weekend on the car, but you know, this is the kind of stuff that Ryan does when you call him in to make your car look pretty and do a full detail. But I thought you'd quite like to watch the process.
So on the lower parts of the car here, you can just start to see some of the tar deposits being broken down by the tar remover. They're just starting to run, break down. So we just want to gently wipe those away with a clean microfiber, and then we rinse the panel afterwards.
Useful, I've got a black car, right?
Really useful, yeah. But at least we're working in the shade, which is a help. Okay guys, so the last stage of the decontamination is the clay bar. So we've got some fine clay here, a clean piece that's just been kneaded and moulded flat. and then we've got the Autobrite Berry Blast Quick Detailer, which has been diluted down to use as clay lube. So we're just going to go over the car now and just try and pull off any contamination that's left on the paint before then we move on to start polishing.
Cool.
Okay. So I'm going to keep the panel wet as we do this. So we're spraying on the lubricant onto the panel and onto the clay, and then we're moving along the paint. Just let it glide across.
So all washed, all dried, and now that looks like a hand polish to me.
Certainly is, yeah. So now we're going on with an all-in-one hand polish glaze, which is called Brilliance. It's going on the car. Leave it to dry, buff it off.
Yep.
And then we'll pop some sealant or some wax on the car.
Cool. See, you can tell the car's getting clean because you can see our reflections in the side of it. So we are at the last process.
So the last stage now is a coat of wax on the car. So we finish all the polishing. So we're going to use the Carbon Uber Autobrite banana scented wet wax as the final finish. So we're going to use that on the car today and start this off a little bit on the applicator.
Yeah. See, it's normally the golden rule, never get your reflection of yourself when you're filming in a video, but actually the whole point of this is quite cool, you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you just work that in,
yeah,
leave it on the car for a while and then just polish it off.
Buff it off, that's it, yeah. So we want to try and get a nice even coat, overlapping motions,
yeah,
nice thin film over the car. Leave that to dry to a haze, and then buff it off.
Cool. So as Ryan applies the wax in the background, I did say at the beginning of this video that we were going to be running a prize today, and thanks to the guys at Autobrite we've got some really cool things to give away. We're basically going to give away a banana gloss shampoo, cherry glaze polish, a Project 32 gloss enhancing spray, and then we've got a little microfiber applicator with a little elastic strap on the back and a buffing towel. So everything you need to basically clean your car and make it look beautiful. Now, in order to enter the competition, it's really simple. In the description of this video is a link. On you to click on the link, you go into there, you fill out a form with some simple details, name and contact details, address and mobile phone number, and we will draw the prize on the 31st of July. We'll just randomly draw. There is one prize, one winner. Now, shipping to the UK is free of charge. If you are outside of the UK and want to enter the competition, you're able to do that. However, we might have to charge you for the shipping depending on where you live, but we will ship it directly if you are a UK resident. But if you win it and you're not in the UK, then that's not an issue. We might just have to charge you a little bit for shipping. The other thing we're going to put in the description, all the products we've used today and described, we'll put a link in the description, and then a link to where you can go and find out some more information on the Autobrite website. So this isn't a kind of sponsored video or anything, but I thought it'd be great to find out just how to really do a proper job on your car. It's taken us most of the day we've been here. It's been really interesting. But yeah, if you wanted to find out more, then go to the description below. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have done so, give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol for plenty more content to come. I'd like to thank Ryan in the background. Ryan, thank you, mate.
Thank you, cheers.
He's busy finishing off Ruby Roadster. Mark at Autobrite for supplying the prizes today. And you guys for watching. But anyway, I will see you on the next video, but you take care. Drive safe.